Hello, my name is Ray Kuhl. I'd like to welcome all of you Cincinnati Academy of Medicine members to today's webinar. We're going to talk about Microsoft OneNote. OneNote is an excellent and free productivity and organizational tool. Our goal today is to inform and educate, not to sell products and services, and the fact is Microsoft OneNote is free, and generally you won't need any help in setting it up and using it. So today this is information to share a tool that I use every day and we like a lot and we use for some collaboration activities at PBSI so that you can learn and decide whether this might be a tool that would be useful for you. So this will be a brief webinar. We're going to overview OneNote. What is it? How can it be used? We'll demonstrate some typical uses. We'll talk about how would you set it up if you wish to start using it, and the difference between links and attachments if you choose to do sharing. So once again, my name is Ray Kuhl. Thank you for joining. So many of you have been PBSI clients for years and years, decades in some cases. Thank you very much. Your long-term partnership and support is very much appreciated. For many of you, this may be your first exposure to PBSI. So we are a technology services company specializing in healthcare and centered in Cincinnati with clients throughout Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. So our focus is on helping clients use technology successfully with a specific focus in healthcare. And most importantly, as far as service provision, we have 27 of our staff people who have been with us for 10 years or more. So lots and lots of very experienced long-term staff. And our focus is on technology and security and technology implementation. So OneNote, what is this tool? It is an organizational tool which has the primary benefit of being portable among all devices, homework, and office. So the synchronization among different devices is virtually real time. So the first thing that I did when I set up OneNote is I also set it up not only on my PC at work, but my Microsoft Surface laptop, my home PC, my iPad, my iPhone, Macintosh. If you have wireless Android devices, the same free OneNote synchronizes among all of them. And it works very reliably and it works very quickly. So once you have this tool that's shareable wherever you are, then it's a matter, how am I going to use it? So the setup and organization of OneNote is pretty straightforward. Although at first glance, you may look at a blank OneNote screen and think, what do I do with this? That was frankly my experience, so I'm going to help with that, I hope. So the primary thing is you're going to have probably one notebook, at least initially, and then as I have done over the years, add additional notebooks for collaborating with others. But all of my information in one notebook. Then within a notebook, you're going to set up sections, or I think of as tabs, which are the major categories of things you're tracking. And then within each tab, say a tab called meetings, you're going to have a page for each meeting that you're tracking or keeping notes about. So I'll show you how this works in just a second. So how can you get data into OneNote? You can type it, you can handwrite it, and you can keep that handwriting as just scribble handwritten notes instead of a piece of paper, or you can use the optional ink to text feature. I'll show you how that works. You can add photos, you can add drawings, videos, audio files, and then you can link and attach. And there are major benefits to each of these features. I'll do at least a short demonstration of each. So what I'm going to do on my PC is demonstrate the various applications for which I use OneNote. So the first and primary is my to-do list. It's my real-time portable organizational tool. I also use it for meeting notes. Every place I go, I have my OneNote, and I'm taking notes so I don't have to carry paper back and forth, and I don't have to send it to my email. It's already synchronized with all my other devices. So I use it for tracking project information and for sharing and collaborating with others, and I'll show you examples. So let's go take a look at OneNote. So this is my personal OneNote, and what you see on the left-hand column are the notebooks that I have. So Ray's notebook, that's my primary notebook that I use for virtually everything. I also have other notebooks, so we have a PBSI marketing portal, and this is information that the entire marketing team at PBSI shares. That has information about price books and webinars and different products that we offer, so we share that information among staff. But my personal notebook is just for me. So the first and primary use is my to-do list. So when I take a phone call or have anything that I need to follow up with, I have this screen up in front of me, and I make my notes. And I can reprioritize them, that if I needed to do this thing before this thing, I'll resequence this all the time. And this is pretty much the way I'm keeping my OneNote up to date throughout the day. And I have sections, so I've learned that I can't really have more than one to-do list, or it's hard to stay organized. If I had a home to-do list and a work to-do list, one of them would get left in the dust and so forth. So, but I do have organization of accounting things that I need to do, or things with clients, or projects that need follow-up. So I'm making notes on this screen throughout any given day. It's my primary organizational tool. So, second primary activity I use this for is meetings. So I have meetings, and over here on the right-hand side, you'll see I have names of meetings. I had a meeting with this client and I made some notes. I had a meeting with the Academy and we had some conversations. Had a meeting at this practice a bit ago. And so you can see in this case, I took some photos of various equipment in the server closet at this client site so I could bring these back to field engineering at PBSI and document some things. I was using a piece of paper that the client provided with names of PCs, and I started making notes on it, so I just took a picture of that. Or I could have taken a picture, I could have sent it to myself as a PDF. So frequently, I don't use a separate attachment like this. I actually embed my drawings into the notes I'm taking. So you see here that I made a couple of handwritten notes, and I'm going to now turn that into text. So I click the right button and it says met with Stacy, sent quote. That's exactly what I intended to say. Another way to go about that, if I undo that, is I can use a lasso tool and circle that text and tell it to ink to text. So there's more than one way to do this. So frequently I leave my handwriting as handwriting. I don't always ink the text, but it is a convenient way that you're basically not having to redo anything. Okay, so I'm going to go to this tab now, demonstration meeting, where I've included some things. So in a meeting, I'll typically type notes. It just depends on the environment I'm in. And then sometimes I will handwrite notes. So again, I can come back to this later and ink that to text, and that works fine. In this case, I'm going to delete that, and while I'm using my PC, I'm going to come over to my Microsoft Surface, and I'm going to write you a note. And I'm literally writing down the words, write you a note. I just did that on my Surface, and now we'll see how long it takes for that to synchronize. And you can see that what I wrote now appears here. So I can keep these, and if I wanted to try and convert that to text, I could do that. And it does it. So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but the point there is that I can use multiple devices and I don't have to worry about bringing the synchronization back to the other. Okay, so on the left-hand side of the screen, this is an example of a snapshot picture I took of my iPhone when I was doing a home project, and I had some dimensions here. I was accumulating some information, and I was out at a store and I wanted to take a picture of some material. So I clicked the button to say take picture. I chose the snapshot, and then the picture was inserted right here into my diagram. So I'll show you exactly what that looked like when I got done with it. I was looking at a store and I was taking a picture of material, and I wanted to take a picture of what I was thinking of, and so the pictures get embedded right in with the notes. I took the picture on my iPhone, but now that picture exists on all my other devices as well. So on my test meeting here, this is a little facetious, but this is a picture of what my desk used to look like. So I used to have notes every place, Post-it notes. I'd take another phone call and make another set of notes, and sometimes I'd add to the same piece of paper, and generally it caused myself, particularly because my handwriting's not very good, looking back and thinking, now what the heck was I doing when I was making that note? So now, again, this is a little facetious, but here's a picture of my desk today. Not that I don't have any paper on my desk, that's not true, but now I have OneNote in front of me and no paper to take notes on. So more accurately, this is a picture of my desk. I have OneNote in front of me instead of pictures. I'm making notes on my to-do list. So various ways to use meetings, but this is how I take whatever I do when I'm not in the office. I might be in a conference room at PBSI, and I'll take my notes there, and it's already back at my desktop at PBSI. So sharing files. So video is another thing that can be shared. So if I took a short video this morning in preparation for this, and I simply stored it in my camera roll. So if I want to take that video and include it in my OneNote, I can do that. And now when I want to later play that, you can't hear that, but that's actually me doing a short video that was simply a test, and there's no reason I would want to capture that particular video, but you can see how you can. So audio files, video files, include them as well as images. Okay, sharing and collaborating with others. It's a really important topic, and for that I'm going to go to the PBSI marketing portal that all the marketing team at PBSI shares, and primarily this is all links under topics. So our price book, a reference list of clients using IT services, so I can bring that up onto the screen and display these and send these to somebody, or links to recorded webinars, or links to another PowerPoint, to a dark web search, or an online ongoing training product that we use called KnowBefore, which is a great tool, by the way, information about office products, or Dragon Medical. And so all of these have, here's a list of the accounts that we do online management for. It's a list of account managers at PBSI and who's responsible for this group of clients. So it's an organizational tool, again, that we share. So the whole purpose of this marketing portal is shared information that once the organization is set, in this case by me, a lot of it, then it's shared with others so they don't have to relearn the same things. Then we keep an R&D tab, future Microsoft product names, and how to price cloud-hosted services, and what are the specs of the new Surface Pro. So R&D and strategic information where various people make notes, and our main sharing. So this is our marketing portal, and I have a couple of other shared areas that I share with other individuals at PBSI, and we communicate this way. It's really, really efficient. Because one of the issues with email, we all use email, but once you get an email, how do you save that in a way that other people can see what you've saved, and other people are a part of your organizational queue? So OneNote does that. So we're almost finished. This, we said, would be a very short webinar. Summarizing OneNote, creating and organizing is a matter of sections and pages. Taking notes in whatever method you wish, inserting information, converting handwrite to text, sharing with others. Those are the essence features of OneNote. So if you don't use OneNote and you want to start, what do? Recommendation, first step. If you don't already have a Microsoft account, set up a free Microsoft account. It's painless to do, and there is no charge. And once you have done that, you have a Microsoft address and a password. Once you've done that, then download OneNote. It's free on a PC, on a tablet, on an Apple products, iPhones. It's free. Download the app and simply log in with your Microsoft username and password, and now your OneNote is automatically synchronized. There's nothing more to it. Add a section or a tab or a page on any one of your devices, and they automatically get added to the others. Customize, they get synchronized across other devices. Install on other devices, just continue to go back. So I have found some technology, synchronization is difficult, but with OneNote, as long as you have a consistent single Microsoft account that you link to, you're golden. It's simple. I'd recommend you try it. So that is the conclusion of today's webinar. I want to thank you for your attention. Hopefully this has been helpful. We certainly think highly of this tool and wanted to share from what we've learned to possibly help you as well. So again, I'm Ray Cool. Thank you very much for your attendance. You are welcome to log off, and we are finished today.